Let's try. Hello, Rita. Okay, let me. Hello, everybody. This is Young Family Tai Chi Section 1 class. And today we're going to do the last two moves, which are cross hands and closing form. Next week, I will be having one review class. So, but this will be the last teaching class, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn around and we're going to do from the beginning of the first section all the way up to apparent close-up. And if you have any questions, we'll work on those things first before we go on to the last two moves. Okay? So you should have your feet shoulders width apart, head up, hips down, hands by your side. Prepare. Opening. Turn your hands toward the back and lift up the shoulder level. Press down almost to the bottom. Grasp the bird's tail, ward off left. Shift left, turn the right toe to the corner. All the weight comes to the right. Step and close. Shift and separate. Right ward off. Shift right, turn the left foot to the corner. All the weight goes to the left. Step and close. Right ward off. Roll back. Turn to the corner and shift your weight back as you turn to the other corner. Press. Pull in the right, attach the left, and expand forward. Push. Square up your shoulders. Flatten your hands. Come back over a ball. Hands in front of your chest. Push. Palms are at shoulder level. Single width. Shift back as you flatten your hands. Pull and turn all the way around. Press down. Ward off with the left, hook hand with the right. Standing ward off, step, deflect, strike. Raise hands and step forward. Shift right. Turn the left toe to the corner. Circle your arms. Root your right heel. Come together as you push 30% into the right foot. White crane spreads its wings. Turn your hands. Pull down. Circle your arms. Step and close. Turn. Step and open. Left brush knee. Turn your hands. Swing, step. Spread and strike. Hands from salute. Yield forward. Pull in the right. Circle your hands. Change your footwork. And come to the center. Left brush knee. Turn your right palm up. Swing, step. Brush. Strike. Right brush knee. Pull the left hand up part way. Hands come to the center as you turn your left toe to the corner. Swing, step, brush, strike. Left brush knee. Right hand comes part way up. Right toe turns to the corner as hands come to the center. Swing, step, brush, strike. Hand strum the lute. Yield forward. Pull the right foot. Push off the left ball. Root the left heel. And hands come to the center. Left brush knee. Turn the right palm. Swing, step, brush, strike. Parry, block, and punch. Shift your weight back. And left hand comes up part way. Hands come to the center as you turn your left toe. Pull down. Make your right fist. Swing, step. Parry, block, punch. Apparent close-up. Yield forward. And left hand comes under the right. Cross. Hands come to the chest. Push. How's that go? Are there any questions on any of the moves? So let me do a quick review of parry, block, and punch and apparent close-up. So parry, block, and punch comes from left brush knee. So when you're at the last left brush knee, parry, block, and punch, you shift weight back to release the left foot. Then, so as you're shifting back, the left hand comes up part way. As your hands come to the center, the left toe goes toward the corner. Then you pull down as you shift weight to the left. Swing, step, one line, two sides. So your heel is on the right side of the line and it's pointed to the corner. And your palm is to the back corner and the face of your fist is also to the back corner. Then you're going to shift all the way to the right. Parry, block, and punch. So doing it facing you. If I'm at left brush knee, I come up part way as I shift my weight back. Then I turn my left toe as my hands come to the center. I pull down, shifting my weight to the left. Swing, step. I'm one line, two sides. All my weight comes to the right as I parry. Block as I make my bow step. And strike as I shift weight. Okay? So one more time. From left brush knee. Okay? Or I should do it in the way you're doing it, right? Left brush knee. As I shift my weight back, left hand comes up. As my hands come to the center, left toe goes to the corner. As I pull down, weight shift to the left. Swing, step, one line, two sides. Parry, right hand, left hand follows right. Block, the right fist goes to the hip crease. And punch as I bend knee and shift weight. Okay, any questions on that one? Then let's do apparent close-up. I'm going to do it once going that way, and then I'm going to do it a couple of times facing you. Okay? So apparent close-up is from Parry, Block, and Punch. So what you're going to do is you're going to yield forward. So your shoulders are going to turn toward the corner as you're yielding. And you're going to turn this hand up. And you're going to go under the right, the upper arm of the right. And you're going to release your palm so it's up. Then you're going to shift weight back as the right palm passes over the middle of the left forearm. So when you're here, you're turning so your body faces that way. Then you're going to turn back to square as you get your hands in the push position. And then you're going to shift weight and push. So there's no footwork, but a lot of waist turning. Okay, so if I do it toward you, I'm at Parry, Block, and Punch. I'm going to yield forward and turn my hand over, pass under, and release this palm. Then I'm going to shift back and turn toward the corner. Then shift square again so that I can get ready to push. Okay, so this push is exactly the same as aggressive sparrow's tail. Okay, so once you get here, you're basically pushing off your back foot forward. So once again, you're here and you yield forward. Right, left hand goes under the upper right forearm and right hand releases, palm up. Shift weight back as you cross your hands. Square up, hands in front of your chest, and push. Okay? And remember that when you're pushing, you are leaning forward. So when I'm here, I'm turning and yielding forward. Then I come under, release, come back, and push forward. So my back stays at an angle from my neck to my hip. Okay, so don't lean back. In other words, when you are here, don't lean back, don't go here. Stay forward and push. Okay. Question? Okay, the last move is cross hands. Cross hands is essentially a double ward off. Okay, so if you think of ward off, when you did ward off, it's going to be a double ward off. So for a single ward off, you have to remember that you have this rounded shape from your shoulder to your hands, right? So you're going to do that double, essentially. So I'm going to show it to you in the direction that you would be doing it, which will not be very descriptive for you because all you're going to see is my back. But it's going to give you a sense of the orientation, okay? So at the end of apparent close-up, you're here, here. So what you're going to do is you're essentially going to make a little triangle with your hands. It's going to look like this. You're essentially setting up your hands so that you can chop. And then your hands come back, facing back. You cross at the bottom and come back up at the top. So I'll do it facing you. So at the end of apparent close-up, you're here. You're in a push position. What you're going to do is, well, let's look at the footwork first. You're at a bow stance. What you're going to do is you're going to shift your weight slightly back so that you can turn on the heel of the left foot so that it faces forward. Then you're going to shift your weight to the left and place your right foot shoulders width, also facing forward. And then that's it. That's all the footwork there is. Okay, so you're going shoulders width, bow stance, shift weight back to the right, turn on the heel so that it faces front, then shift weight to the left, put your right foot so that it's facing front, and you are essentially at shoulders width, both feet parallel, toes facing front, just like you were at the beginning. So you're returning to the beginning stance. Okay, so bow stance, turn with the left foot to the straight, shift to the left, place your right foot, shoulders width, and that's it.
Rita, is that a 90-degree turn on the left foot?
Yes. Yes. And then this one, you're just placing.
Yeah, okay. Thanks.
So the hands are a little more complicated. So you're at push here. What I want you to do is when you shift your weight toward the right, I want you're at push. I want you to make a little triangle with your hands. And what you're doing essentially is pre-positioning your hands. Remember when you did, for example, a left brush knee, you were, for example, at white crane. What you did was you turned your hands before you did anything else. And you're essentially pre-positioning before you did your swing step, right? You're doing the similar thing here. You're here and you're pre-positioning your hand. Then as you shift your weight back, you're going to chop. Okay, so your left hand really doesn't move much. It's your right hand that's chopping as your left foot turns toe to the front. Okay, then as you shift your weight back to the left foot, you're going to move your hand back. So you're in this position, palms facing back. Then you're going to cross as you make your put the other foot forward and then come up. So when you're here, you're going to cross with the right on the inside. Then as you turn your hands up, the right becomes the outside. Okay? So the thing that's important is when you're here, you chop, your hands are pretty much symmetrical. This one is slightly lower, but as you shift your weight back, you pull in and everything is symmetrical here. Then you're going to, well, actually, when you step, you cross. That's the way the timing works. And then you come up. So you're here, you chop and turn the left foot. Then you come back and shift your weight to the left. Step and cross. Equalize your weight and turn up. So when you're here, you make your little triangle, you chop and turn the left foot, then you shift your weight back and turn your palms back, cross and step, equalize your weight and turn up. Okay? Don't forget to leave space in your armpits so that you are extended. You should feel extended. And you are crossing in the middle of your forearms, not at your wrists. Okay? And then the last move is closing. So closing means that you stand up and extend your hands, turn them over, and then you come back down almost to the bottom. Pause for like a 2 count and put your hands by your side. And that is the end. Any questions? So let's do the sequence from the last left brush knee. And we're going to do parry, block, and punch, apparent close-up, cross hands, and close it. Okay? So from the last brush knee, parry, block, and punch. Shift weight back. Pull up your left hand part way. Turn the left toe to the corner. Hands come to the center. Pull down, make your fist. Shift weight to the left. Swing step. Parry. Shift weight to the right as you parry. Block. Make your bow stance. And punch, shift weight. Apparent close-up. Yield forward. Turn your left hand. Pass under the right as you release your right fist. Come back. Square up. And push. Cross hands. Make your triangle. Turn and chop as you turn your left toe to the straight. Hands come to the back as you shift weight to the left. Cross and step. Equalize your weight and hands come to double ward off. Closing. Stand up and put your hands forward. Turn over. Press down almost to the bottom. Count 2, 1, 2, and close. Okay? How did that go? Pretty simple for the last two moves, right? Much simpler than the two moves before. Okay, so why don't we do one more time what we just did? Just to cement things, okay? So from left water, left brush knee, from left brush knee, okay? Parry, block, and punch. Shift weight back, left hand comes up part way. Turn left toe to the corner as hands come to the center. Pull down, make your fist. Swing step, one line, two sides. Parry. Right hand follows the left parry. All the weight is on the right foot. Block, make your bow stance. Punch. Apparent close-up. Yield forward. Passing palm, right under left. Release the right fist. Cross as you shift weight back. Square up. Get ready to push. Push. Cross hands. Make it a little triangle. Chop and turn the left foot to the straight. Shift weight to the back. Hands come to the back. Cross at the bottom as you step. Equalize your weight as you turn up. Closing. Stand up. Separate your hands. Turn them over. Press down almost to the bottom. Count 2. And go back to original position. Are there any questions? If not, I'm thinking of doing a few times from the beginning and just run like, let's do it like 3 times from the beginning. And that way everybody can get a sense of the sequence. That's usually the hardest part about learning Tai Chi, is remembering the order of the moves. So I'm going to turn around and we're going to do it from the beginning. Okay? So feet parallel, facing forward, shoulders width apart, head up, hips down, hands by your side. Prepare. Opening. Turn your hands toward the back. Hands come up to shoulder level and then press down almost to the bottom. Grasp the bird's tail. Ward off left. Shift left. Turn right. All the weight on the right. Step and close. Shift weight and separate. Right ward off. Shift right. Left foot goes to the corner. All the weight goes to the left. Pull in, step and close. Separate and shift weight. Roll back. Turn your arms and waist to the corner. Shift back and turn to the other corner. Press, pull in the right, attach the left, expand forward. Push, square up your shoulders, flatten your hands. Come back over a ball, hands in front of your chest. Push forward to shoulder level. Single whip. Shift weight back, flatten your hands. Pull and turn all the way around. Press down. Ward off with the left, hook hand with the right. Standing ward off step, deflect, strike. Raise hands and step forward. Shift right. Turn the left foot to the corner. Circle your arms. Root the right heel. Close, and 30% goes to the front foot. White crane spreads its wings. Turn your hands. Pull down. Circle your arms. Step and close. Turn. Step and open. Left brush knee. Turn your hands. Swing, step. Brush. Strike. Handstrom salute. Yield forward. Pull in the right foot. Circle your hands. Root the left foot. And finish. Left brush knee. Turn the right hand. Swing, step. Brush. Strike. Right brush knee. Shift weight back. Left hand comes up part way. Turn the left toe to the corner. Hands come to the center. Swing, step. Brush. Strike. Left brush knee. Shift weight back. Right hand comes part way. Turn the right toe to the corner. Hands come to the center. Swing, step. Brush. Strike. Handstrom salute. Yield forward. Pull in the right foot. Circle the hands. Shift your footwork. Heel touch. Finish. Left brush knee. Turn the right hand. Swing, step. Brush. Strike. Very block and punch. Shift weight back. Left hand comes up part way. Turn the left toe. Hands come to the center. Pull down. Swing. Step. Parry. All the weight on the right. Block. Make your bow stance. And strike. Apparent close-up. Yield forward. Turn over the left hand. Passing palm. Release the right fist. Cross as you turn. Prepare to push as you square up and push. Crossing. Turn and chop. Shift weight to the left as your hands go toward the back. Step and cross at the bottom. Equalize your weight and cross at the top. Closing. Stand up, separate your hands, turn them over, and push down almost to the bottom. Then hands come to your side, the original position, and okay. Any questions on any of the transitions? Okay. Let's do it a couple more times and then we'll close class. Okay? So head up, hips down, hands by your side. Prepare. Opening. Hands facing back. Come up to shoulder height. Press down almost to the bottom. Rest the bird's tail, ward off left. shift left, turn right, all the way to the right, step and close, shift, weight, separate. Right foot off, shift right, turn the left toe to the corner, shift all the way to the left, come in, step and close, shift, weight, separate. Roll back, turn your arms and waist to the corner, shift weight back, turn to the other corner. Press, pull in the right, detach the left, expand forward. Push, square up your shoulders, flatten your hands, come back over a ball, hands in front of your chest. Push forward. Single whip, shift weight back, flatten your hands, turn and pull all the way around. Press down, ward off with the left, hook hand with the right, standing ward off, step, deflect, strike. Raise hands and step forward. Shift to the right, turn the left toe to the corner. Circle your arms, root the right heel, close and 30% to the front. White crane spreads its wings. Turn your hands, pull down, all the weight is in the back. Set, circle, close and step. Step and open. Left brush knee, turn your palms. Swing, step, brush, strike. Handstrom salute. Yield forward, pull in the right foot. Push off the ball of the left, root the left heel, and finish. Left brush knee, turn the right palm up. Swing, step, brush, strike. Right brush knee. Shift weight back, left hand comes up part way. Turn the left foot to the corner, hands come to the center. Swing, step, brush, strike. Left brush knee. Shift back, right hand comes part way. Turn right toe, hands come to the center. Swing, step, brush, strike. Handstrom salute, yield forward. Right foot comes to the center, line two sides. Circle your arms, push off the left ball, root the left heel, and finish. Left brush knee, turn your right palm up, swing, step, brush, strike. Parry, block, and punch. Shift weight back, left hand comes up part way. Left toe turns to the corner as hands come to the center. Pull down, make your fist. Swing, step, one line, two sides. Parry, all the weight is in the front. Block, make your bow stance. Punch. Apparent close-up. Yield forward, passing palm with the left. Release the right fist. Cross as you move your weight back. Square up your shoulders and push. Cross hands. Make your little triangle. Chop as you turn the left foot to the straight. Move your weight to the left. Palms go back. Position your right foot as you cross on the bottom. Come up. even out your weight. Closing. Stand up, open your hands, turn them over, press down, almost to the bottom. Return to the original position. And
Can I ask a question?
yes,
When we do hamstrums the loop, you keep saying push off with the ball of your left foot and put down your heel. And
Yes.
what's confusing to me is that just when you say that, I've got my weight, as far as I can tell, sort of equally distributed on my left foot, and I'm not quite sure how I'm supposed to push off with the ball.
okay. So you are at left brush knee. So when you yield forward, you essentially put your weight on the left in order to pull in the right. So you're one line, two sides here, right?
Yes.
You want at the end for your weight to be 70% in the back and 30% in the front. So you're pushing off the ball of the front in order to get the weight to the back, right?
Oh.
Then when you do this up and down motion, you essentially have heel touch. So most of the time when we're moving from one to the other, we usually push off the ball in order to end up on the heel and vice versa. So when you, for example, when you were at raised hands, when you're coming back, it feels like you're pushing off the ball before you root your heel. You have that feeling?
Oh, now I do. Just now
So this is the reverse. This, you're here, and then you're coming in. Well, actually, you're yielding first. So you're forward and you're pulling in the back. So when you yield forward, you're releasing the back foot so that you can pull it in. Then as you're doing the circling motion, you're pushing off the ball and then 30% as you're doing this. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, somehow I'm doing it now. There's something I don't know what I wasn't doing, but right now with you, I was doing it.
Okay, let's do it one more time then. Okay, if you're starting at left brush knee, so you're bow stand, left foot forward, okay, then you're yielding forward, which means that you're releasing the right foot so that you can pull it in one line, two sides, right? Then you're going to push off the ball of the left as you're circling your arms, root the left foot as you're doing this split energy motion. Okay.
Okay, and somehow the whole time that you're doing it, you're still leaning slightly forward.
I am.
So I went backwards that time, but I did the weight shifting. Okay.
Yeah.
I
So
felt myself.
there's a great temptation when you're shifting weight back to lean back also. So resist that temptation. You want to keep your torso between your feet. Regardless of which way you're moving, keep your torso between your feet. So if I'm doing it sideways here, okay, I'm yielding forward, pulling in my foot. I'm pushing off the ball and landing on my heel. Can you see that?
Yeah. Yeah, it's not what I was doing.
Please do it again.
Okay, so I'm at left brush knee. I am yielding forward and pulling in my right foot. Then I'm pushing off the ball of my left foot, rooting, and then I have this brush. Well, it's the strumming the loop kind of feeling. Okay, and it is symmetrical to raise hands. It's the ending position is just like raise hands, except mirror position. So one more time, you're doing left brush knee, you yield forward, pull in the right foot, then push off the ball and root the left heel. So your ending position is your tiger's mouth is facing the middle of your left forearm, and your palms are kind of slanted downward.
So when you did it, you actually did not move your left foot front or back, I think. It looked
Right.
like when you shifted, you just sort of, like the placement of the foot was the same.
Yes, it is.
You didn't, okay,
So the only foot that changes placement is the right foot.
right.
So when I'm at left brush knee, I yield forward and I'm pulling in the left foot so I can have it one line, two sides, right? So my left foot at this point is flat, right? Then I'm pushing off the ball and then changing to the heel. But the foot is in the same position.
Okay, yeah. Okay, it's in the same place, not exactly the same position, but it didn't
Yeah.
go anywhere.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. If you were to look at like a silhouette of the foot, it would look like this. It's in the same spot, except that the weight is in a different spot. Okay. You're pushing off the ball and you're landing on the heel.
Yeah, okay.
But if you were to do like an Arthur Murray drawing of the foot, it's in the same spot.
And actually that only works if you maintain the slight forward position.
Exactly.
Going backwards, it moved.
And also your shoulder position is toward the corner. Okay. So when you are doing heel touch, empty stance, you're always more open than ball touch empty stance, where you're always more square. So, for example, when you're at white crane, you're at a ball touch. Can you see that my shoulders are fairly square? Whereas when I'm doing either raise hands or handstrums loop, okay? So if I'm doing raise hands, what happens is I'm coming back, I'm rooting, and I'm coming together. But can you see my shoulders are actually facing the corner?
Yeah.
Same with handstrums loop. When I'm here, okay, I come in and my shoulders are actually facing that way. Can you see that?
Yeah, okay. My brain just went on overload, but I did see it.
Okay. I think hand strums the lute is actually deceptively difficult.
Yeah, I keep messing up something. And it's like I'm watching one thing and something else isn't right.
The reason it's difficult is you have this motion, but not too much. In other words, you're not actually doing this. So there's a great temptation for people to put like a lot of like waist turn into it, but it doesn't have that.
It's
You
a
know,
shoulder turn instead.
it is a waist turn, but your waist is already there. In
Oh.
other words, the energy is not from a waist turn. The energy is from putting your foot down 30%. So the energy is this way. It's not this way. You see what I'm saying? It's this way. And the energy comes from rooting that 30%.
It doesn't actually feel anything like strumming a lute.
Yeah, well, that's probably true.
It's really,
It's really circular. I mean, I think it feels more circular because
no,
you're yielding and then you're coming like this.
I mean, you might do a circular motion on an instrument like that. But it's not the same shape.
Yeah.
Yet you would certainly, and you have to go further because you've got to go down the strings.
Yeah.
So it's
And
stopping here doesn't make any sense.
The other problem is that you don't generally strum in front of your body. You're generally like this.
No,
You know
not
what I'm saying?
well,
The
I'm
way
thinking
you would hold an instrument, you wouldn't hold it here. You would hold it here.
I think that the concept is more like an older thing. It's more like a harp,
Yeah.
like a little harp, if you will. So
Yeah.
the circular's there, but no, you could be in front. You could place it here,
Yeah.
but just not the right. You know, it would be you would do this at some point. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
also it's because you don't use your fingers. And it's hard to imagine strumming something without using your fingers, you know?
It can be in the wrist, but I don't see the wrist movement exactly.
Yeah.
I don't think it was a musician that named this.
Well, wait till you get to weapons. The names of those things don't make any sense at all.
Oh, great. It's okay. I mean, the point is to get it the way it's supposed
Yeah,
to be.
you're supposed to get the up and down feeling. Okay.
Yeah. No,
Well, yeah.
that move just has too many things going on all at the same time. And I can get one as you're talking about it, I can get two. And then the minute you started talking about turning the shoulders, I'm like, whoops, that's four, and my brain won't do that.
Well, actually, I find one of the more difficult moves is the parent close-up for that reason, even though your feet don't move. So for a parent close-up, you're yielding, you're passing palm, releasing the fist, turning, squaring, pushing, you know, that's a lot of moves for one thing, you know?
Yeah. I wish we had a couple more classes. I've got the beginning part more, but not the
That's because we've repeated it more often.
yeah.
So
it's a
we'll
problem.
we'll work on it next week when we do the review, because the review is students' choice. So, you know, whatever you want to work on, we're going to work on those things. And usually people want to work on the end moves.
Yeah.
So,
I suppose the school has a particular structure, but I wonder if there's ever been a request for a class that's like the second half of section 1 and just sort of does the first half as part of the review, you know, incidentally a couple of times, but starts in the middle and then, or maybe starts at the end and goes backwards.
That would make it much harder for you to remember the order.
Uh,
That's part of it.
well, no, you actually do use that technique. You teach a new move and then you back up one move and say, let's get into that. And then you back up a little more. It's actually one of the things I love about your teaching technique is you do actually, I mean, you taught it forward, but then you actually do. You back up a little bit more and then you go to the beginning perhaps. But if a whole class were deliberately taught that way, maybe for people who had done it at least once.
Well, when I back up though, I always go back forward. You know, I might back up 2 moves, but then I'll go back forward, you know?
Yeah. And for me, sometimes if you went back in smaller increments, you know, like, I don't know.
Well, maybe we'll try that next class. Okay.
Backwards class. Does anyone else have an opinion? I feel like I'm sort of monopolizing here.
Any thoughts? Rita?
No, not really. I'm of a mind of you just practice over and over and over and over and over and over again. I was always taught, this is actually in another art, but they always said that you practice and at the end of the class, you just forget everything. Literally, you strive to just go home, forget it, because it's in your body. It's really what I try to do is get the body memory.
That is the best.
Because I will never, you know, the words and the names and that'll all come, I hope, eventually.
Yeah.
But it's just a matter of practicing more and more and more and more.
Yeah.
It just takes time.
It takes a lot of time. And the reason I prompt so much is I want your body memory to have the coordination of the hand and the foot. In other words, when your hand is a certain spot, I want your foot to be at a certain spot, you know? And that is to help your body memory get it in the right way. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And I think I've heard from both you and from Nancy that when things feel odd, go back to the footwork.
Right. Exactly.
Just keep focusing on the footwork. The hand positions, those will come. I hope.
Well, I think that because the hand positions are more obvious, you know, students want to learn the hand positions because that's what they see. You know, when you see Tai Chi in the park or something, you actually are only looking at their hands, even though their foot movement is more important.
So I was going to ask if next week we can review the footwork because that is harder, I think, than the hands.
Okay.
You have to, for me anyway, I've got to know how to shift properly because otherwise, the other you can learn more easily.
Okay. Well,
for the footwork.
Yeah. Next week we will concentrate on footwork and body movement.
Yeah. Okay.
Because some of the things, for example, grasp the bird's tail. Once you get to first right ward off, your feet stay in the same spot, but your body moves a lot. You know, you're turning, you know, and you have to get those parts.
Okay, well, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for coming to class. And we'll see you next week for review. Okay? Bye-bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rita. Great
Thank
class.
you, Rita. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.